Hello, bachcho. So, as we know, the November INI-CET forms are out. 9th November is the date, and on 1st January 2026, the new session for the new selected students will start. So, today we are here to understand the process of form filling, certain questions which are asked by you guys again and again. I will answer all those questions, and all these steps of form filling we will discuss. All right. So, firstly, this is the advertisement which you see on the website. Uh, this time, the website is new. Rather, I should say it's a revamped website. The website is the same, but the look is changed, the feel is changed. You can have a look at the old website, but the form filling is not available. Even the prospectus which is there on the old website is old prospectus. All right, so you have to fill the form in the new website to understand things. Those who have already filled the form previously, you will understand things better. Just to let you know, the user interface of this new website or the new updated version is excellent. Very good user interface. The form filling is very smooth. Within few minutes, you can fill the form if you are ready with the documents. All right. So this is the notification which we have all seen. From 30th September evening, you could start filling the online registration. Till 21st October, you have a long window. You have around 20 days, 21 days rather, to fill the form. I will recommend don't do it on the last day. Take your decision whether you want to take the exam or not, and fill it within 1 or 2 days from now. Right? Lot of festivals are coming up, lot of holidays are there. You never know when there is traffic on the website. So choose any odd time like early morning or late night or even middle afternoon and fill your forms. All right, don't wait for the last day and then come up with queries. Okay, you can check your registration and correct your images by 24th. So once you register for the exam, if the authorities do not like the signature, the photograph, or the thumb impression that you have put, they may ask you to edit it. They may ask you to retake that image. All right. So you have a window of around 1.5 day from 24th to 26th. You can correct that. All right. You will get your application registered and your admit cards will be there by 1st. By 1st of November, you will have your admit cards. In your exam will be on 9th across all cities. Now, please understand, they will ask you for 4 states for the choice of center. However, most of the times, AIMS will give you the first state that you put, unless it's a very small state or it's a state where very few candidates are there. Other than that, the first state that you choose, you get that state for your center of exam. Okay, unless there is no center in that state. Another very important thing is your certificate, especially your caste certificate. If you belong to any of the categories like OBC, SC, ST, or economically weak section, all right, mainly the OBC non creamy layer certificate and the EWS certificate, this has to be latest. You can't upload old certificates. There is a specific guidelines. Please read carefully. The certificate should be uploaded during form filling and the certificate should be issued within this financial year from 1st April 2025 till the date of the last day of exam form filling. Any day you can choose and you can get your new latest certificate in this financial year. So it cannot be an old one. You have to take it. Any certificate issued on or before 1st April 2025 will not be considered valid. So you have to have a latest certificate. Okay, let us look at the seat matrix. I know a lot of you are not happy that the seats are reduced. But honestly, how many seats do you need? One, right? So there is one seat in every category. There is one seat in every branch. So don't worry. Yes, the seats are less. There are a total of 33 seats. They are lesser than the last May INI exam. But you have one seat for you. So be prepared for that one. Alright, for unreserved category, we have around 15 seats. For the OBC category, there are 9 seats. For SC, there are 5. ST, there are 2, and EWS also there are 2 seats. What is a little surprising to me here is there are no seats in PGI Chandigarh and no seats in Jipmer Pondicherry. Jipmer usually has last 2-3 exams only. It has started its PG in ortho, but PGI not having a seat. I mean, I had to go back and double check and triple check why there is no seat in PGI. I do not know the reason, but surprisingly, there are no seats in PGI Chandigarh. Excellent residency in oral surgery, pedo, all branches that are there. But this time there are no seats. Yes, you do have a lot of seats in AIIMS, from AIIMS Bhatinda, AIIMS Bhopal, Bhubaneswar, Devgarh, Guwahati, Jammu, Kalyani, Mangalagiri, Nagpur, Gorakhpur, Bilaspur, New Delhi, of course, Patna, Raipur, Rajkot, and Rishikesh. You have seats there and distributed across different categories, but no seats in these 2 INIs. Okay, so when you open your website, you will have these categories which you can click and read. There is no prospectus yet for you to read that exactly is the pattern of exam changed or is the type of questions changed. So we will assume that everything is same till the time the prospectus is out. Yes, the notification has the dates. The seat matrix is out early. Usually the seat matrix is out later than the application form. It is early this time. But the prospectus is still not out. So we are still waiting for the prospectus to see exactly how the exam pattern is going to either remain the same or there are going to be certain changes. Alright. Till now we know there are 4 sections and the exam is 3 hours. So the 4 sections are divided into 45 minutes each. And there are total of 200 questions. So every section has 50 questions. So section A, B, C, D. You can't go back from one section to other. You finish one section, automatically exam goes to the other one. This has been the pattern till now. Let's wait for the prospectus and see whether it remains the same. Alright. 3 things, or rather 4-5 things which you should be ready with is, first, you should be ready with a photograph. Alright, a passport size, routine passport size photograph. It should be in JPEG format or the other formats that are written there. Initially, it used to be in very few KBs. Now, up to 2 MB, you can have that photo. Similarly, you have to have your left thumb impression. Your left thumb impression. Alright, if you have a stamp pad, very good. If you do not have a stamp pad, you can just take any normal blue ballpoint pen, any normal blue pen. You can, kind of ink your left thumb with it, color it, and make it neat and smooth, and take your left thumb impression on a piece of paper like this and take a picture. Alright, that's the way. If you have a stamp pad, very good, you can do it like that. So left thumb impression, make sure that whole thumb is recorded. Don't, kind of not record the edges. Mark it nicely. Take a nice, ink and take an impression. If you're doing it on a stamp pad, sometimes there is a lot of ink and this registration of lines is not proper. So maybe the second impression that you take is perfect. So take multiple impression if you're using a stamp pad. If you're using a pen, in the first go only, it will be almost dry and you will be able to record a good impression. Okay. Third thing which you need is your signature. Again, it's very simple. Just put a signature on a white piece of paper, take a clear photograph, crop the edges according to the size. The size has to be just roughly the same size, and convert it into JPEG. Sometimes the format is different. JPEG format very easily on the internet. You can go to, JPEG converters. There are free softwares available on Google, and you can just convert the image if they are not in JPEG format, or if the image is of very high, memory, very high MBs, you can crisp it, shorten it down to less than 2 MBs. Alright, these are the 3 things. Fourth thing which you need is a PDF of your birth certificate. You need a PDF of your birth certificate. The photograph, thumb impression and signature has to be JPEG format, less than 2 MB. The birth certificate has to be in PDF, so keep it ready. Fifth thing, you should have your Aadhaar card. Rather, only the number. You just need the Aadhaar card number. Okay. Keep it ready before your form filling. You should have your certificates. With certificates, only the category certificate. You do not need to upload any final year, first year, third year, or internship mark sheets. No, not at this stage. Only if you are saying that I will choose this category, whether it is OBC or EWS, you have to have the OBC non-creamy layer certificate or the EWS certificate. So these are the things you have to be ready with. Okay, instead of Aadhaar card, you can use other things also like PAN or DL, but I don't prefer anybody to use any other thing, because you have to take that identity proof in exam. And if you lose Aadhaar card, it is very easy to download. Okay, but if you lose any other ID proof like voter ID or driving license, it's a little difficult to procure, okay, practically speaking. So take your Aadhaar card very easily. You can take a original print, laminate it and take it with you. So these are the 6 things you need. The last thing which I recommend is take a white paper and write your details. Just write your details. What are the details that you want to write? First year marks means, suppose there were total of 400 and you got 350, suppose. So you write that. What was your marks and what was maximum marks? Write it down on a piece of paper. In every exam that you fill the form for, you will need these, data. So every exam you will need it. Write it down. First year marks, second year marks, third year marks, final year marks. And then in the end, do a total of your total marks you received and total marks like 2700 or whatever was the total marks, maximum marks. Alright, write it down. Automatically the system will create a percentage, but you can also create a percentage that if this is, the marks that I've got, what is the percentage, aggregate percentage. So sometimes you have to fill the percentage in AIIMS form, automatically the percentage will be coming. Alright, other than that, you need your internship start date and internship end date. The exact date on which the internship started, the exact date on which internship ended. Similarly, the entry to first BDS, entry to BDS date, and exit from BDS date. Alright, so your first day of first year and your last day of final year will be your entry and exit date. The first day of your college is the first day that we will put in entry to BDS, and the last day to final year will be your exit from BDS. Alright, internship start and end will come separately. Alright, so just like this, you have to write BDS entry, BDS exit, internship start and end dates. Okay, if you have done any extra work, like if you have done JR-ship, so that will be counted as extra experience. You can write it there. If you have extra experience as a JR, that is one category which is there in AIIMS form. Alright, and your registration, that is the 5th thing which you have to write here, is your registration. Okay, is your registration permanent or is it provisional? And from which state it is, and what is your registration number? So these details you should write it just like I have written it on a piece of paper. And whenever, till date, when I used to fill the faculty forms, I had this same paper which I had for my AIIMS form filling. So same thing, you have to write any additional experience which you have, especially as a JR, you have to write. Alright, the only advantage of additional experience comes maybe in future. Alright, PGI Chandigarh used to ask for rural experience. So if you have any rural experience, you had to add that in PGI, but since this time there is no question, so that is not required. Okay, so you write this down in a piece of paper, then you start filling your form. So this is how I have done an aggregate of my marks, and then I started the form filling. Now, when you make an account, alright, you have 2 options. Just like, when you are using the flight, using the airport, you are taking a flight to some city, you have a DigiLocker facility. You can connect all your important documents with a government portal, which is the DigiLocker, where you have put your Aadhaar and other important documents like your PAN card, your driving license. Any important documents are there as a soft copy in a locker called the DigiLocker. You can use the same DigiLocker to fill up your AIIMS form details. Alright, it is your choice whether you want to give access to AIMS to your DigiLocker. Okay, government has not made it compulsory to have a DigiLocker. I use it. You may use it, you may not use it. Okay, so you can give your DigiLocker access to AIMS to access your Aadhaar card number, or you can choose the option of try another way, which is a more straightforward and simple, easier option. Try another way and just create a new account. Alright, just the only difference is you will have to put the Aadhaar number there. That's the only difference. So you can use both these steps. Either you can use the DigiLocker, or you can create a new account using another way of choosing everything. Alright, this is something new. Okay, this was not there till last time. This is new, which is there in AIMS exam form filling this time. Another thing which is new is, if you are existing resident, if you are doing a PG somewhere, or if you have completed your PG in one subject, INI is not allowing you to take the exam. NEET will allow you to take the exam. INI is not allowing you. For example, if I choose a yes, have you completed PG medical or dental in any subject? If I choose a yes, they say that we regret to inform you that as per eligibility, you are not eligible to proceed with the application. If I choose a no, yes, no, I have not done PG, then it's like an undertaking. I am taking an undertaking that if I am found that I have done my PG, if I am doing my PG, at the time of seat allocation, I will not be considered for admission. Alright, so there is no use of taking this exam. Why probably they have done this is, I will not judge whether it is right or wrong, but a lot of students who are already doing PG in, say, AIMS, and they are doing PG in one branch, they might not like that branch and they want to choose. So I have a lot of my juniors who have come from different branches to oral surgery when they are already doing PG in some other branch, right? So they'll waste that seat in second year or even in third year. They waste that seat. They give the bond because AIMS has a good stipend. They give a 10 lakh rupees bond. They waste that seat and they join another, branch. So INI has stopped this process. You cannot waste a seat. Wasting a seat is not, because there's just 33, 35 seats. You cannot waste a seat. So if you've done a PG, INI is not for you. Alright, so that is something new. It was not there till last time. This is something new. Alright, so if you start filling the form, you have to do the basic details, your name, father's name, mother's name, your qualification, that is your first, second, third, final year marks, your experience, if you have any additional experience of JR-ship or anything. The choice of city, you have to put 4 choices. And the last is any available city in the country. That's a compulsory choice. There is no option. But, very unfortunate if you are in the extreme, northeast, or in places where the exam is just not possible. Only then you will not have a center in your state. Otherwise, mostly you will have a center in your state or very nearby states. Alright. Then it comes to uploading the images, just like I've told you, the photograph, thumb impression, signature, and caste certificate. Last is the payment. So you have to fill all these things in that order. Remember, you keep doing a save and next. Alright, save and next. Keep doing save and next. Why? Because so that if there is a power cut in your house, or if the Wi-Fi suddenly goes away, or if your payment is done but it is not reflecting. So if you have saved, it will always come back. So don't worry, you will not have to do the whole process again. Just keep doing save and next. Alright. So after every part, you will get a save and next option. So keep saving every time. Alright, these are 2 doubtful questions which most of you are asking me. So I sat down with somebody and filled the form for them. Have you done undergraduation from participating institute? What is participating institute? So all the INIs are participating institutes. Alright, all these colleges are participating institutes. This is for the medical students because they have an MBBS in that college. For us, there is no BDS in any INIs. There is no BDS in any AIMS. There is no BDS in any PGI. So there is no question of doing a BDS from the participating institute. Okay, so you have to fill in no. These colleges don't have a BDS. So if you have done a MBBS from AIMS, then you will put a yes, that yes, I have done MBBS from AIMS. I am an undergraduate from the participating institute, which is AIMS Delhi. Alright, but for us, there is no BDS course itself in any of the INIs. For dental, INIs have only a postgraduate seat. So your answer will be a blanket no. That no, you have not done an undergraduate from any of these institutes. Alright, so that is one doubtful thing. Please put a no. Second is work experience. Alright, an internship is now countable as work experience. Work experience, like I said, is JR-ship. Whether you have cleared any exam or interview and you have done any junior residency in any hospital. If yes, then put a yes and put the details for it. Alright, that is work experience. Sometimes some students have a rural experience. Again, a PhD posting in internship is not a rural experience. A separate rural posting which is given by some colleges, if you have that, please put it there. If it's a government experience, alright, when we talk about work experience, it's not working in somebody's clinic for 2 months, 3 months, 5 months. No, it's a government hospital experience. Alright, so please put that if you have it. Next, when you've done everything, you have to pay the fees, which is 4,000 rupees. If you're doing it through SBI, it will be 4,000. If you're doing it through any other bank, it is an slight additional charge of 17-18 rupees. Alright, and with that, you will finish the form filling. Alright, so it's not very difficult, and I do not want any of you to think that chodo 33 seats hi to hain. Just remember, you need one seat. Just one seat. Whether you are a general category student or any other category student, you need one seat. And it is a good enough reason to fight. A seat in one of the AIMS is a very good reason to fight and work hard. Alright, so go for it, guys. Success is not an accident. It is hard work. Pure hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love for the thing that you do. So love your studies, love the process of this exam. It is going to teach you a lot. I'm not saying it. It is Pele who had said it. And till the time you are ready for the exam, you should be loving the syllabus that you're studying. Alright, all the best to all of you. If you still have any doubts in form filling, you can connect with me in the morning motivation sessions, or you can connect with me on Telegram. I'll be happy to help you. Alright, thank you so much. All the best, everybody.